Well, just pumped to get that first one behind us. March Madness, it can be cruel, and you got to find a way to survive in advance, and this group did that today. One of the things that's been tricky for our league, in the Big 12 at least, and can't speak on other leagues, but you have a 2-week break from where you're in a rhythm for 3 months straight, and then all of a sudden you got a 2-week window with no games. And so, and then you're thrust into a win or go home situation. And so, I think really the first half, there was a lot of adrenaline and nerves, which is healthy and good. But it kind of impacted us. In the second half, I thought the group played really good. Kind of got into a rhythm on both sides of the court. I thought we were great defensively. Our biggest key against these guys was to defend the three-point line because this team has the ability to really, really shoot it. And they ended up going 1 for 11. And that's an area, one of the things that we've worked on down the home stretch of the season was to defend the three-point line just more efficiently. And so really proud of this group. They're resilient. They continue to find ways to win. And at the end of the day, this group doesn't want this journey to end. I don't want this journey to end. And so we live to fight another day. And excited to see this next game between two great teams. And Sunday's going to give us a chance to go to the Sweet 16.
Okay, we'll open it up to the student athletes now. Just raise your hand and we'll bring the mic around. Just state your name and media affiliation. Thank you.
Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Question for Sedona. Brown was giving it to you guys pretty good early on, but I guess what was the key in kind of slowing her down? I guess just how much pride do you kind of take as a defender when you have a matchup like that?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, she's a super athletic kid. We scouted her heavily and just watched a lot of film of what she can do, but not let her get anything easy, right? Take away her outside shot, which I struggled with in the beginning, but, down the stretch, just putting a hand up, making shots hard for her, right? Not giving her nothing easy in the paint, down low. And so, yeah, I mean, she had a good night, but at the end of the day, it was a team effort for us to pull this out, and we just had to defend as a unit, and that's what we did.
Madison, back here. Jamie Plunkett, 24/7 Sports. You had 10 points in that second quarter to kind of get the team rolling offensively. Just talk about your looks that you got tonight and how those generated and how important that was to kind of get rolling offensively.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was kind of just taking what they were giving me, not really. I forced a few shots early, and then I feel like I kind of settled into a rhythm in the second quarter, and I think our team did a really good job kind of in the second quarter just getting our rhythm back. Like he said, we've been off for a while, so I feel like that kind of was what was going on in the first quarter. So the second quarter, just able to settle down and get some shots that I can knock down.
Newey Scruggs, NBC5. Madison, the ability for you to kind of get that thing rolling, you've done it all year long, but so much has gone to Hailey and Sedona, and they've been great. But for your part in making this thing go, can you speak about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's so special about our team. I mean, I have two great people beside me, and I mean, I don't think our egos let that affect how we play on the court. If it's Hailey's night, keep going to her and let her go off. If it's Sedona's night, let her go off. And I think that's what makes us so special, and that's why I think we've had such a great season, is just because we're so unselfish in that way, and I'm not sitting back like, oh my God, this is all about Sedona or all about Hailey. Like, I live for that, and I think that's it's awesome to see them flourish and play well. So when it's my time to step up and make shots or do whatever it is to help the team, I think that's my role, and I'm more than willing to do that.
Mac Engel, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Hailey, question for you. You've done the NCAA tournament thing now a lot. Does it feel any different, this one, than the times at LSU or Louisville?
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different group of people. But the vibe and the mindset that you have to be in is pretty similar. And I've had pretty good amount of success in March Madness, so I kind of know what it feels like and what a team, what kind of vibe they're in when they're going to have a good run. And I think, that game was really good for us because we worked it out. And I think some teams can get stunned or they start to get really nervous that the team's even in the game. And I thought we did a good job of just letting things flow out. Madison hit a ton of tough shots, and we just kept going to her. And, Sedona was able to get position later in the game, and we got easy points there. And defensively, I think we turned it up a notch intensity-wise. And so we did all the little things without panicking. And so I was really happy with that adjustment from us.
Tori Couch, TCU on SI. Hailey, you just mentioned the defensive intensity kind of changed. Was there something specific that you guys said to each other, or was it just getting settled down and letting those nerves kind of go away?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think, you're excited. We had a little bit of nerves. We also maybe didn't want to get in foul trouble. We knew that if we put them at the line a lot, that wasn't going to be in our favor. But at the end of the day, we decided to start dictating things. We didn't just let them run the actions they wanted to run. And that's been a common theme for us. I think when you see us in any game that we've played turn it up, we start dictating a little bit more and deciding what we're going to let them do. And so ultimately, that's the decision that we made, and it worked out for us.
Hailey, Stephen Hawkins. Let him by. Stephen Hawkins with the AP. You've been to an Elite Eight, 4 times already, and you're trying to lead this team to the Sweet 16, or help lead this team to the Sweet 16 for the first time. Have you thought about you might be playing Louisville? I'll ask a little more directly today than I did yesterday. The fact that Louisville, a place that you've had a lot of success with, the coach you've had success with, facing them, the possibility of facing them tomorrow. Yeah,
3 Elite Eights, 1 Final Four. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm just excited to play another game, whoever that may be. I'm up for the challenge. I love to compete, and it's in God's hands, man. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and I'm just going to go out there and try to be the same girl that I've always been. And, I have a team that loves me. I have a team that has my back. So I'm in a great environment to feel supported, and, if that matchup does happen, let it be.
Melissa Treebwasser, Frogs Insider. Sedona, Coach Campbell yesterday talked about the 1 through 15, and with the slow start, you guys got like a 5-0 run from Donovan. You saw DeAsia come in and give you good minutes. Taylor Bigby gave you some good minutes. How great was it to see teammates step up so early in this one?
Yeah, I mean, we've had that all season, right? There's been, multiple games where I struggle down low, or we have 30 games in a season, right? More, and so it's hard to be on every single night, and that's why we're just such a round team, is because we have so many players that are good at coming in and doing what they need to do. They're always ready, have stayed ready all season, and so it's awesome. It gives us a boost, right? It takes the pressure off of us, and knowing that our teammates are there to hit big shots, to get big stops in those moments that we need them to, and it's awesome. It's a boost of it's just that relief that I think is just amazing that you need for a solid team to be solid all the way 1 through 15, right? Because every night you're not going to get as lucky to be shooting, as best as you usually can. And so it's awesome. We're so proud of them. And this is a team unit, every single night it is for us.
Jules Conti, Frogs Today. This is your guys' first time playing the NCAA Tournament March Madness in 15 seasons. And now to play the first 2 games home with this atmosphere, almost a packed crowd tonight. Can you guys just tell me about the impact that makes?
Yeah, I think it's awesome to be able to play 2 games against our home crowd and just be in this environment. I mean, I think all of us have been to the tournament, so we have a lot of experience throughout our group, so I think that helps a lot. But it is our first time here together, so I think it's awesome that we're able to do this for TCU and all be a part of it. And I think Hailey kind of hit on it before, we're all so happy to be around each other, and I think that's what's going to make this team so special down here in March. Usually teams are kind of battling some internal battles at this point, and we're not at all. So I think it's just exciting to be with them up here and just be able to play in front of our fans.
Yeah.
We're hard to kill at home. Yeah, we're undefeated, so I'll take that percentage.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, how cool. It's a Friday at 2:30. and you almost have a sellout out there. I mean, the game time's not ideal on a work day, but Fort Worth showed out the basketball community in the DFW area showed out today. So that was really, really cool, and excited to see what that looks like Sunday.
A lot of kids taking off school too, I see.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
Oh, spring break? Oh, okay. I would have missed school
Some
anyway.
people get spring break. Yeah.
For all three ladies here, speaking on what you were talking about, having come to other programs, and back to when 2 Chainz had come here and had the concert, and fans were coming out here, do you feel like you're kind of starting something new to educate, like, hey, look, women's basketball here can be fun. It can be you coming out here and watching us play, because I've been here 25 years. It hadn't really been this way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's an excitement around us. I think we also have a lot of very unique personalities. You know, half the battle is personalities. Like, we have very lovable people on this team that I think people like to watch. I mean, lovable people. No, but at the end of the day, man, like, we're not going to sit here and beg people to come watch us play. We put on a show regardless of if anyone shows up or if the whole town shows up. So I think the fact that, you know, we always perform, you know, we put a product out there that's worth being viewed, but we're also not going to play hard only if the arena's packed, and you know, I think that's what makes us attractive. So hopefully it keeps growing and getting better, but I'm really happy with the growth we've seen over this season.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you guys.
Coach, you'll stay.
Stay.
Yeah.
All right.
But the student athletes can be.
Does someone need to supervise him?
His parents are here.
As you can tell, they have personality.
We'll open it up to Coach.
And so with Sedona, what makes her just so special as a game changer on that end of the floor, outside of her being 6'7"?
What happened to your shoe game today? I mean, you brought heat the other day. You got to bounce back Sunday. Okay, so Sedona is so gifted as a post defender in regards to she can dictate and challenge shots without getting in foul trouble. She can. I mean, you guys. I think she's the best defensive player in the country, because any shot around the basket, she leads the country in block shots. That doesn't count all the shots that are altered because she's in the area, and you got kids throwing stuff at the basket because of her presence. And so it's really hard to get easy buckets around the rim, and it kind of negates post players around the rim. And so. And then she's smart, and she can play in pick and roll and the drop coverage. And obviously we've built our defensive scheme around her gifts and talents. But and she cleans up a lot of errors on blow-bys and poor closeouts. But it's a combination of her. She's 6'7", she's long, but her mind and spacing and ability to challenge shots and stay out of foul trouble is incredible.
Coach Nui Scruggs, Channel 5 here. You signed the extension, so you're going to be here. Can you speak to what this win means to you, and then how are recruits now because of the way you've been winning and the fact that you've signed an extension?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, for the last, year and a half as we recruit, the first question I get from every parent when they're here is, how do we know you'll be here? Well, we can check that box now. The Frogs are stuck with me till 2030. So as you chase and build, especially with the high school recruits, they want to know if their coach is going to be there while their daughter is trying to pick a school. And so that's something we've kind of had to battle and work through on the recruiting trail. And so it's really nice to not have to worry about that. And as you build a program, you have to blend blend the portal and the high school together. You need both. And to get out of the hole that we were in and the lack of talent that we inherited, you needed the portal. You had to get old. You had to get old quick to have a chance to compete in the Big 12. And so we did that, but now, we've really invested in the high school recruiting, and we've put a lot of time and energy into that. And so I'm thankful for the extension. And as you build a program, it's gone from survival and build a team, and it's evolved to now build a program. And in order to build a program, you have to do that with the high school kids. And so just excited to continue this journey that we're on and mixing those two things together. Did that answer it?
And what this win means to you?
Oh, man. To come and, I don't even know what year. It was 2010 the last time they made the NCAA tournament. So it's been 15 years. They've never hosted an NCAA tournament game. And I don't know when the last win was.
2006.
You do the math. 19 years. It's just incredible, but there's steps along the way, and this team keeps doing, this is the first time in program history that we've done this, and it's the first time of this, and it's the next step is, and it's a big one, you got to win in March. Okay. And the next thing is you got to make a run in March. And so this win was a huge step as we continue to break down barriers here and do stuff that the program's never done. And so this was a big one. The big one. The very first game, you guys, these kids, they were hyped. Adrenaline was pumping. They were nervous. There was all sorts of emotions. But at the end of the day, they've been hard to kill all season, and they keep finding ways to win. And so this was big for our program.
Building off of that a little bit, you've talked about the challenges of program building and what you've had to do in the 2 years here, but with the contract extension, just what was it about this place that gave you the confidence to sign an extension like that and stay here long term?
Yeah, I believe in TCU in 100%. When me and my family decided to come here, we just felt it aligned with us. And there's different places you go to that just fit that coach for different reasons. And TCU just really aligns with me. The kind of kids that we have the ability to attract here. I think we have attracted some of the best players from around the world. And we've done that where we've been able to do that while we're selling a vision without a product. Now there's a product that's one of the best products in college basketball. And so I'm just beyond excited to see what doors continue to open as you attract talent here to Fort Worth. But between TCU, the leadership here, between Mike Buddy and President Poland and Chancellor Boschini is elite. Those three you'll take against anybody in the country. And then now, you guys, how cool is the fan support that's coming out? The goal is to build the best women's program in college basketball, and there's a process to it, and there's a long journey. But what we've been able to accomplish these last 2 years is incredible, and this is just the beginning.
Back to the game for just a moment. There's a moment in the third quarter there after the under 5 timeout. You drew up a play for Madison to get an open look. She hit the three. The crowd really popped. Just talk about the joy that you have in crafting plays like that because you have so many options out of timeouts like that.
I mean, you guys just got to see these three up here. Our secret sauce is truly that locker room. You guys, it is incredibly hard in the portal era to get a group of young college athletes, I don't care what sport it is, to truly love each other and play for each other and find joy in each other's success. I mean, this ride that we've been on, this group doesn't want this thing to end. And you hit it. And the talent level for me, there's two pieces. Obviously, we have some of the best players in the country, and so that makes it really fun to draw up different things for each one of them. But to also just, it is so fun being a part of this group. I've said it all along. I'm along for the ride on this thing. It's magical. But we're going to continue to find the right young women. And this culture, this locker room that we've built, I will protect it and with everything I got to continue to add just the right pieces. So that was fun, though. Good. You were watching closely.
Now we have time for one more question.
You talked about, enjoying this win, and everything that it means to you, but how quickly do you have to move on because you know how important it is to make that run?
I got 90 seconds left, it looks like, to enjoy this. And I'm going to go right back out there and sit on the scout table. And our coaching staff has assigned each of these teams. They've been working really, really hard. So whoever ends up winning, as soon as that game's over, we'll be right up in the office watching film and fine-tuning our game plan. Then we get one shoot-around tomorrow and a film session. Our team will come back. We'll knock out a film session this evening. And so you had this little 30-minute window to enjoy it, and we'll turn the page, and we're going to have an unbelievable opponent and game on Sunday afternoon. Do we know the game time yet?
We do not.
Don't know. Okay. Well, hey, at the end of the day, we need Fort Worth to show out again, and we'll see you guys on Sunday. Go Frogs.